Hi sports fans, welcome back to highlights of the second 11 against Wisborough Green, first 11, live from the MCG. I've been away a couple of weeks, but we're back. Shane is leading out the troops today in Graham's absence. Thanks to amazing sponsors as always. Worthing won the toss and we elected to field first. It was a little bit gloomy overhead. We thought the pitch would probably get better throughout the day. So here's Jack Westlake from the top end, put away for 4 through the covers by Vickery. And then Shane on at the bottom end is tickled down to fine leg by Vickery for another 4. Wisborough Green starting well, going at 5s. Shane come in here, flick through mid-wicket. It's chased away, but it goes for 4 across the boundary. And then Ed's on for Shane, and he's driven down the ground really nicely by Calder Smith for 4. Wisborough Green move on to 34 in the 7th over. And then Jack comes in, Calder Smith chips it back to him and he's caught and bowled. He goes for 13 off 29. Well deserved by Jack. I think we probably put down 4 catches that don't make the highlights reel. Jack deserved that. And Wisborough Green here move on to 50 with a little bit of a hoik through mid-wicket in the 12th over. Ticking along nicely. Jack's coming in again and he's flicked again through mid-wicket. A little bit agricultural, but still worth 4. And that moves Wisborough on to 59. And then Vickery finally nicks off to Jack, and Jack probably gets him out for the 5th time with all the drop catches. You can see the smiles on the faces. That was thoroughly deserved. Vickery made 31, some nice shots in there. And now the spin's coming on. There's Dom getting driven for 4 by Colburn. The run rate's dried up a little bit here, only going at 4s now. And then a sight no one wants to see, which is me bowling, and I rightfully get whacked down the ground for 4. Wisborough on to 88 in the 20th over. Just after drinks here, and they're motoring along, some loose bowling here, and Dom is whacked. 4 more for Colburn. And then again, I come in after a few dots, overcompensate, try the rubbish balls, get a wicket. Goldsmith is just out of reach and it goes along for 4. Probably deserved it. And then Dom tosses it up, same again, is driven through the covers for 4 more. You can see he's frustrated with himself. But he's bowling nicely. You don't get to see the good balls in these packages, sadly. You just get stuff like that, the buffet bowling, which is annoying as a bowler. But then again, as a batsman, you don't have to watch everyone playing this. So there's 4 more. Wisborough on to 118. And then Dom still plugging away from the top end is driven. 4 more through the covers. Colburn moves on to 37, Dixon on 26. And then Colburn gets another loose one. Jack dives forward but just can't make it, and that goes for 4 more. And then Colburn brings up his 50 off 72 balls as he ticks that away for 1. Wisborough on to 145 with 10 overs remaining, set for a big finish here with 8 wickets in hand. Toby's on from the bottom end and he tosses it up and is driven through the offside. That brings up Wisborough's 150. And then soon after, he tosses it up again. And then Shane takes a fantastic catch at mid-off as Dixon goes for 37. He played really nicely as well. Was solid with Colburn. The latter still batting here. Takes a couple of steps down and a shimmy to Shane and drives him down the ground for 4 more. Before Warmington flails that one through the offside for 4. A loose ball from Shane. Wisborough on to 177 with 4 overs to go. 7 wickets in hand, so looking to finish strong. Ed back on from the bottom end. And he is dispatched for a 6. More like a 9 or a 12 actually. From Warmington. Lovely shot. And then Ed again, coming round the wicket this time, loops it up and is rightfully whacked. That was a little bit of a loose ball. Colburn moves on to 67. And then Shane coming in away here. Gets hit for 2 down the ground and that brings up Wisborough's 200 with 2 overs to go. Ed coming in again. Pitches it up. Warmington swings through and he's caught by Shane taking his 2nd catch. And he goes for 29 off 20. Going into the last overs here. That one's a bit of a loose one down the leg side, and Rainford hits it away, first ball for 4. And then another 4, the next ball, this time through third man, a lucky edge. And that brings up 210. And then Ed, so the next ball gets revenge as Rainford goes for a big swing, and Rene nonchalantly catches it on the boundary. Even the umpire applauded that one. He never looked like getting there, and somehow it stuck. But I trust Rene with any catch. And then Shane gets March bowled around his legs. And that's the end of the innings. Wisborough Green made 213 off 40 overs. Pick of the bowlers, probably Jack Westlake with his spell up top. Could have had far more wickets than just the 2 he got. Ed bowled nicely. His figures were slightly ruined by the death bowling. He took 2 wickets as well. So, 214 to win in the chase. Rene opening up with Ollie Kay. And Rene gets a 4 in the 4th over, first boundary of the innings. As he plays his signature swash through mid-wicket. Then off the same bowler, takes a couple of steps down and dispatches that one for 6, landed right on the rope. But a big wicket for Wisborough as Rene, who's been in fine form, takes a couple of steps down and nicks off to the keeper. Rob gives him, and we're 24 for 1 in the 9th over. I come to the crease, get a bit of a loose one on the legs, flick that away for 4 through square leg, which is nice getting started. We're going at 3s after 10 overs, probably need to up the rate slightly. That one from Ollie will help, that's 4 more. Run rates are up to 6s here, so it's going to be a big chase. I plant the front foot and swing through. That's 4 down the ground. We're starting to up the run rate slightly here. Ollie with a nice slash. Perfect placement, no one there. 4 more, brings up our 50 in the 14th over. Ollie gets a short one there and he pulls it nicely away for 4 through backward square leg. Back-to-back boundaries there. I follow the same route as Ollie, going over slips head down to third man. If you're going to swing hard. And then a nice shot down the ground for 4 more. I go on to 31. Run rate's going up at 4s now, but still required as 6s. Another hit over the top for 4 more. Moving on to 41. And then just as I was getting going, I went back to cut that one. Lost my shape and nicked off to the keeper. Went for 43 off 52 balls. We are 94 for 2 in the 23rd over. Ollie's still going here. Pulls that one away really nicely for 4. He moves on to 42. So we need 94 off 73 balls. So it's going to go all the way to the wire. Ed's at the crease now and he plays a similar shot to Ollie. Flicks it away nicely through the leg side. 75 or 50 now with 8 wickets in hand. And Ollie brings up his 50 with a nice shot there through backward point. 50 off 94 balls with 4 4s. There's a wide there, signature wide, bringing up the 50 partnership. Top highlights. And then another wide there, bringing up the 150. Ed flicks that way really nicely for 4. These two running really well between the wickets here. Ed moves on to 36 without actually having hit many boundaries. And then another nice shot afterwards to go on to 40 off just 35 balls. 44 needed now off 31. Still 8 wickets in hand. Spin on from the bottom end here. He tempts Ollie into a big drive and he's caught brilliantly by Calder Smith on the boundary. He's dismissed for 62 off 107. Played the anchor role really well today. Left armour back on from the bottom end. He's flicked away by Ed. Goldsmith here running for 3. We were slightly concerned he wasn't going to make it. But he did. And that brings up Ed's 50 off just 44 balls. Played really nicely. Sliced that one. Down through third man. We come back for 2. And now 14 runs needed off 7. Off 6. Here's the last over. Goldsmith on strike. Tries to hit that one through the leg side but misses out. So 13 off 5 required. 7 wickets in hand. Ed on strike. Well bowled from the left armour at the bottom end here. We just take 1. 12 needed off 4. Goldsmith on strike. Winding up. And bang. Dispatched for 4. So now down to 8 off 3. Game's finally in the balance. There's probably not a man you'd want more there than Goldsmith in our team. Next ball. Didn't hit that one as cleanly, but it raced away for 4 more to the boundary. Now 4 just needed off 2 balls. Josh can be the hero here. March has to recover himself, and he comes in. There's Goldsmith pulling out. Bit mind games. This is as tense as it comes in league cricket. It's been a very long day, and it's come down to the final 2 balls. March goes back to his mark, comes steaming back in. And Goldsmith goes for a ginormous hoik, and we're all willing the ball to go over the boundary, and it's caught brilliantly. And you can see Goldsmith there having a little whack of the pads. If only he'd hit the ball that hard. Anyway, 4 needed off the last. Look at Eddie's distraught. We were all distraught. We've battled so valiantly today. 4 off the last ball, John Kay in to face it. He flicks it away. They come back for 2. No real chance of the 3rd, sadly. And Wisborough Green win by 1 run. Really well played to both sides. It was a great game, great battle. I think they bowled very well, kept it tight. A few nice scores there, 62 for Ollie. I made 43, Ed with a nice 56. The pick of the bowlers for Wisborough, probably Rainford, who opened up. He bowled really tight, didn't really give us anything. We were behind the rate from the first 10, and in hindsight, that was probably where we lost the chase slightly. But also the platform was really solid, and it allowed us to get to the 40 over mark. But anyway, lose by 1 run. It's a bit gutting, but we've got a massive game next week against Pagham, who are bottom of the league and must win in our fight to stay in the league. Thanks as always for watching. Next live stream will be the first 11 against Hastings. A big game for them. A team towards the bottom of the Premier League, so it should be a good encounter. So we'll see you there. Thanks for watching as always. Like and subscribe.